All right, now let's go ahead and take a look at, well, some reactions following that All Nigerian Judges Conference. The president was there, the CJN was there, and they made some very interesting comments, which we'll look into, and perhaps more from Abuja. Markwe.
Well, joining us now to discuss it is Dr. Uche Diala, who is the National Coordinator, Foundation Against Fraud, Indiscipline and Corruption. He's also a medical practitioner. You're welcome to Sunrise Daily.
My pleasure, Markwe. Good morning, Nigerians.
Good morning. Well, you have been monitoring what is going on, and yes, this is a meeting between the executive and the legislature. We saw that the president, well, I'm sure this is just within the judiciary, but the president also happened to be there. He was invited there. Were you impressed with the fact that the judiciary is sitting down to hold a conference on integrity in the judiciary and strengthening the rule of law? Was this something that warmed your heart?
Absolutely, absolutely. It's a good idea that the judiciary is beginning to understand, or rather the judiciary is upping its game in terms of understanding that most of the problem that we have is the perception of the public about how the judiciary conducts itself. But beyond that, what I liked was the fact that the CJN spoke sincerely, frankly, to the president. And the president spoke frankly to him and the judges. That interface for me was very powerful. What
do you hope will be achieved from that? Because some people might say, well, it's going to end the talk. I mean, after that conference, what more are we going to see, especially from the comments from the president and also from the Chief Justice of Nigeria?
You know, for me, it's important that we always have that interface. You know, we keep getting worried about it to be the same thing. You know, we're very pessimistic by nature, it will be the same thing. But no, but I think that you have to look at the players too in every given situation. Now, you look at the president, he's a man of integrity, no question. He's a man that when things come to him, he gets them dealt with. Maybe slow, but he does get them dealt with. Then you look at this CJN too, you can see he's a man that is a man on a mission. You can almost see that in a man who is focused and you can say, committed. Now, I don't think it's going to end there. I think that for the CJN to tell the president to his face that, you know, disobedience of court orders is an issue by the government and that this has to be dealt with straight to his face. I don't think it's going to end there for the president. And also, you know, some time passed to the CJN also, so I think during his confirmation hearing, he said that it's a problem that both the legislator, both the judiciary and executive have to solve. And you heard the president telling the judges, not just the CJN, that you guys also are part of the problem. You have to deal with certain issues. You have to deal with, because when you set up a situation that makes people want to circumvent the law, that's also a problem. When you don't deal with cases expeditiously, when you create a whole gamut of issues that happens that leads up to what we see at the end and we're complaining about.
Would you say it's a situation of accusation and counter-accusation?
I'd rather say, from what I saw, it was more of each party accepting that, okay, yeah, I have some level of blame to take, but you got to do something and I have to do something. I didn't see that, as going by the speeches given, I didn't see much, because whatever the CJN said about the executive was true. And whatever the president said about the judiciary was true. So I think it was just both of them were being sincere with one another.
So for you and your NGO, I mean, what role do you see? I mean, talking about Foundation Against Fraud, Indiscipline and Corruption, in situations like this, what roles do you see for NGOs?
You know, first of all, the NGOs themselves have to also, you know, we need to, first of all, differentiate what NGOs, what are the motives. But okay, keep that aside. It all boils down to the civil society. You know, I believe that, you know, when you look at the discipline that we put in there together, because we understand that a lot of what goes wrong, is because we are individually not disciplined. Most of us, most Nigerians, well, many, sorry, okay, are not disciplined. And that self-discipline, this comes from the family, the society, and all that. So the role that we first of all, the NGOs don't need to take any sides. You don't have to pro-government or anti-government. You have to pro one party or anti the other party. You have to get to that point where the NGOs are truly altruistic, are truly unbiased, then they can be an arbiter. They can, you know, if they get to that place of morality where they can have the moral authority to say to the executive, what you are doing is not right, and the judiciary to what you are doing is not right. That's the biggest role.
You don't see them playing that role already?
I doubt if a whole lot of NGOs are playing that role. I'm sorry, that's also my constituency. But the truth is that you see a whole lot of times we comment out of emotions. We comment out of the sentiments of where I come from or where. No, and I am Igbo. Now, I don't have to get more interested if an issue that concerns an Igbo person, you know, is on the table. I should be able to look at issues. It doesn't matter who is involved. So I sincerely tell you, and many people will agree, that a lot of NGOs really need to up their game.
Now, this conversation has been going on. This is not the first of the conferences that we're seeing, but how would you rate, how would you think that conferences like this are affecting the fight against corruption?
Like I said before, it's always important to talk, but beyond that, you know, people ask, what's the difference?